to the people, it's Rebecca with BrandTrue, and I want to do a video now that's part 1 of 3. It's the topic of niching down, I think, has so much in it that I want to break it down into parts. You have probably heard, especially if you're a service business, that it's a really great strategy to niche down, but it's a hard thing to think about. It's really scary to think about not doing some things while you choose to focus on others. So I wanted to get into it a little bit because it is really a powerful strategy, very, very important to think about it not as refusal, not as giving things up, but rather as focusing on things that form the credible core of your brand. And I think that what drives the lesson home most of all is some wonderful examples that are out there. Yeah. So, for example, Martha Stewart, we think of it as an omni brand, right? She's a whole lifestyle guru, and the fantasy, I think, at the core of that brand is domestic perfection. But think about the progression of how that brand evolved. She started out as a caterer, right? She has a successful catering business. She's catering a lot of weddings. She adds on the services of wedding planner. And then I think that sort of just general party planning and home decor, things started adding on because it was credible that she could go into those. It becomes then a magazine. She, when we think she's waning and less relevant, she's doing stuff with Snoop Dogg. She's always relevant. But you couldn't be fully formed Martha Stewart, queen of all things, from the beginning, right? That progression allowed her to go that way. A similar personality-driven kind of lifestyle brand like Martha Stewart's is Ralph Lauren's. Ralph Lipschitz, not Lauren, started out with a necktie brand. And from there, from his design and his success, he was able to become not just a fashion house, but, like Martha Stewart, you could buy paint with his name on it. The name has extended to all kinds of categories because of that credible core. But you don't have a credible core that can be all the things from the get-go. He started, think about it, a tie is classy. He wasn't making socks. And his brand stands for that kind of relaxed American upper crust gentility, yeah? So another example, Kraft. Kraft, a giant food company over time, started out as a cheese company. And when I say it, you think, oh yeah, of course. That equity of cheese and sort of adding that rich goodness permeates a lot of what they do. Even in luxury goods, a brand like Hermes, that is, now a fashion house, famous for the purses, famous for the scarves, they started out as saddle makers. But not just saddle makers to the nobility. That credible core was there from the beginning. So, for your brand, as you're thinking about, do you want to start out with a very, very broad footprint of things that you pursue? Maybe not. Think about what forms your credible core. It could be, your training, your heritage, the tradition of a business, if it's a going business, a passion that you have. But what is that central idea that gives you a focus that allows people to understand you, allows people to remember your brand more? If you're in services, it often makes it easier to refer you. So think about that. Let me know what you think. Please share your examples. I love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. At BrandTrue, we focus on building better brands and telling better brand stories by focusing on the real, authentic brand truths that are usually left untapped and unsaid. And we also help people, we train them to leverage storytelling so that they can be better business communicators. Let us know if you'd like to talk. We would love to help you out. Thanks.